Hey guys, it's Babypowder, and we're back with another one of our cleanout videos for our 200 run series part 2, and this time is for week 16, where we just add our items from BRD. And if you notice, my voice may not be matching up with the screen here. I did actually accidentally mute myself when I was recording, so I'm gonna be trying to record my voice over top of this. And actually the first two bank tunes, that was when I realized it, so won't be throughout the whole thing, but at least for this part. Going over the review here, let's just go and get into it. I ended up last week we made 509,298 gold. The week that brought us to a grand total of 5,086,358 gold, which left us with 4,913,000 left to make. As far as the series one, they'd only made 253,000 on their week 16, and they were only at 3,199,000 after 16 weeks, which means no matter what we make today, we will be above them. But we still want to aim to beat their week, and we still want to aim to at least hit 200,000 gold. Now, with the realms that we're doing this on Proudmoore and Thrall. So far, Proudmoore has made us the most of that gold, with making us 2,904,000, and Thrall's almost at 2.2 million. Proudmoore did also make us the most last week with 361,000 versus 148,000, and they've been above Thrall for the past couple weeks. That's why they have so much. So far, we have made the most gold with Transmog, which is our primary thing that we're aiming for. We've made 4,533,000 with Transmog alone, and about 552,000 with our materials. As far as our items that we are still posting from the series one, they are just on different realms. We're still tracking them, just kind of seeing how that passive gold is doing for us from those leftover items. We did only make 113,701 gold with those items, but again, it's kind of passive gold other than me having to post them. And they've made us, since we've started the series, over 4.6 million, almost 4.7 million. So not bad for passive amount of gold. Now, as far as what we will be looking for today, we'll be looking for stuff from BRD and anything before that as well, but mostly trying to see if we did actually sell anything from the dungeon we recently did. But yeah, again, we'll be looking to close in on that gap towards 10 million as much as possible. As always, if you guys do enjoy these videos, go and smash a big thumbs up. Sorry, it's muted. Hopefully you can still enjoy it. And that will also, help let me know that you like the video, and also helps out the channel. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And let's go ahead and get to our bank offs. First, we'll start off with Proudmoore, checking low value, Transmog, and then high value, and then the materials, and then we'll do the same thing for Thrall. Here we go. Here is the low value Transmog bank tune, and we ended up with 30 sales at 55,481 gold, which is really nice. Means that we hit that 1,000 average per sale, and getting kind of close to almost 2,000 average per sale. So a lot better than last week where they didn't even meet that criteria. So 30 sales, 55,000. Let's see what standouts we got here. We got the Sentry Shield for almost 6,500. Not bad. And then we've got a Shardback Helm here for 7,200 pretty much. Talon Guard Gauntlets for 4,500 almost. And then we did actually sell a pair of the Dark Iron Baby Booties for 5,300. So actually did sell one of those. And they're only valued at like 11,000, so I'll take that. That's not bad. Then we have another Dark Iron Baby Booties for almost 4,000, a little bit lower, but still it's another sale. We've got a bunch of them. Then we also have the pattern for the Bracers of Havoc for almost a little over 1,400. And then we've got Aboriginal Foot Wraps for 5,000, Aboriginal Gloves for almost 1,500, and then Elegant Tunic for 1,100. And then we've also got the Mandragoran shoulder pads for almost 3,000. The Mandragoran cord, so the belt for 4,600. And then we've also got the Mandragoran sandals. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I think I butchered it the first time I tried, but anyway, 3,600 for those. All right, guys. So for the high value transmog paint tune, I also muted this one, but for this one, as soon as we open it up here, we'll take a look. But yeah, we had 11 sales at 210,670 gold. So already put us over that 200,000, which is great. Then as far as our standouts go, we had the Steel Guard Great Belt sold for almost 5,500. We also had the Slayer's Belt sold for only about 1,000 gold. Then we also sold a couple of those patterns from Direwolf North, the pattern for the Girdle of Insight and the pattern for the Swift Flight Bracers. 5,000 for the Insight belt, and then 5,500, almost 5,600 for the bracers. Then again, we sold one of those patterns for the Comfortable Leather hat for 72,000 gold. So really nice seeing that we actually sold two of those back to back for that amount, especially when on my other realm, we only sold it for about 30,000. Then we sold the Prospector's chest for about 3,000 gold. And then Grimclaw, we sold that, came from Sunken Temple. We sold that for 54,000 gold, which actually, you know, yeah, it's valued at around 300,000, kind of like the Stealth Blade, but I'll take that. Seeing that we actually got one during Series 1 and we never sold it, and we've already sold this one. So 55, almost 55,000. That's good enough for me. Then we've got the schematic for the Power Hill 9000 lens. Kind of low on that one, only 4,750. I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more for that, but again, it's Sunwell. We can always restock. We got Glorious Gauntlets sold for 13,721 gold. Not bad for the gauntlets. Vanguard Lake Plate still kind of low, 17,000, but it's not the worst. I mean, I've seen them sell lower than that on Proudmoore in the past. Also sold an Aboriginal vest for almost 30,000. Really nice value on that one. And if you remember back to the low value bank tune, I mean, we actually sold a bunch of Aboriginal pieces. So it seems like somebody might have been building that set. All right, guys. So now on to our last bank alt for Proudmoore. We've got our materials. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how they did to wrap it up. We've got 40 items sold, 46,856 gold. So more than 1,000 average per sale. So that's really, really good. Done that twice now. So let's see what we sold. So we sold the Orb of Deception. Not bad. We actually did get that from LBRS. 9,022 gold. Also sold our Blood of the Mountain, 1,500 for that. So just one. Sold Thorium bars, 230 of those for almost 1,700. And now we didn't get that from a dungeon. We did actually mine up that, but we had to level our mining up so I could smelt the dark iron ore. So I included it in because it was part of what we did towards, you know, doing something for the 200 run series. So 1,700 gold for that. We also sold our rune cloth from BRD. 10,371 gold for 10,158 pieces. So I think it sold a little bit less than it sold for the last time, but you know, things do go down. Also sold 265 iron bars, which we also may have had some sitting in our bags from chests, because I did smelt a lot of the ore we had sitting around as well, since I was already smelting stuff to level up my mining. So smelted that, and also I mined up some as well for 3,170 gold. And then we had one of the deviant hatchlings sold, actually, from way back when we did Welling Caverns. So we see we actually yeah, you can see I do still have a couple sitting around, but 4,700 for that. And then we also sold our dark iron bars, 107 of those for 12,197 gold. And that's pretty much it. Also did sell our little auction house module pieces, not the actual modules, but the little pieces for 474 gold. We've been sitting on those for a while, so pretty nice to get rid of those as well. All right, guys, so here we are now on our low value pink tune for Thrall. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how they did. We did really good. 26 sales, 60,331 gold. So they did even better than Proudmoore. They actually have 4 less sales and more values. So should have some standouts here for sure. Let's take a look. We've got Jade belt sold for 1,300. Not bad. We also have Jade epaulets, or whatever is that, shoulders, I think. 1600. Also sold the gloves too, just below 1,000. And then we sold the Sharback Vamp bracers for 3,400. We also sold a sword of the Magistrate, which actually we're getting some of those from BRD. 10,000, not bad sale for a low value item. We also sold one of the Nat Pagel books for 4,700. Not bad. I've sold them for below 1,000 before, so I'll definitely take that. Tyrant's Legs sold for 8,400. Also sold the Creeper Claw gun at almost 6,700. Very nice. That came from Iron Docks, which we're going to be actually going back to Iron Docks here soon to try to restock some of these WAD items, because we've been selling a lot of them. It's been a long time. That was like one of our first dungeons. Also another Nat Pagel's book for right around the same amount, actually the exact same amount, which I may need to pull some of these out of the vault actually, because I think I'm running low on those in the bags. Actually, looks like I might have one right here. Yeah, I do have one. Maybe not. Also have a long claw crossbow here for 3,600, and then we have the Daggerjaw hood, also a WAD item, for 5,600. Rip Fang hood, not sure where that one comes from, 3,500. All right, guys, now on to high value for Thrall. Let's see if they can redeem themselves from the past couple weeks. They've actually been all right for the past couple weeks, just nowhere near Proudmoore. They got 12 cells, 271,078 gold. So actually they did better than Proudmoore. All right, they might be making a comeback. It's not going to be too big of a difference. I mean, but still, it's something a little bit better than Proudmoore. So they're actually, doing quite well for us this week. Let's see, we sold the Spiderweb robe for basically 19,000. I believe that came from when we were doing the Northern Eastern Kingdom zones. And then we've got the plans for the Radiant Circlet for 4,750. And we've got the Gold Rock Shield, also I believe that's WAD, almost 46,000. Really nice sell on that one. Sold the Scarlet Initiate robes, also from the Northern Eastern Kingdom zones, 5,200. Sold again another one of the epic patterns from Dire Maul North, pattern for Hide of the Wild, 120,000. Really nice sell on that one right there. Really glad I got those. Just sold a ring here for 190, and then we've got the Impenetrable Sabatons for 1,100. Long Claw gun, also one of those Iron Docks items, sold for 5,700. Also got the Tarnished Fanatics Death Grips for 5,200. That's also actually going to be from Isle Thunder. I'm surprised we even still got any of these items. Hanzo sword sold for 47. We've got the Feral Bark cover for 11,000. I'm not sure where that one came from. And then our plans for the Arcanite Champion from LBRS sold for 47,500. So a little low on that one. But again, really quick sell. I'm okay with the quick sell and it being a little bit low. Would like somewhere closer to 100,000, but especially since it took me so long to get one. But we sold it. It's better than only like 20,000. All right, guys, last bank out before we pull our sheet back up and see how well we did. It's the materials for Thrall, and it should be somewhere near where Proudmoore was. And 50 cells. It's above 79,750 gold. Wow. Man, almost 80,000 gold. Really nice. Let's see what we got here. So starting off, well, we sold the auction house module from the open world farm. So that was our very last one. We do not have any more, but really nice selling that one, 19,000. And Proudmoore was above last week because they sold theirs, but they didn't sell it for that. It was like about 5,000 less on Proudmoore. So really nice selling that one. Rune Cloth sold 11,723 pieces, so we had a little bit more. Again, materials, there is a little RNG factor, not much, but there's a little one. 11,095 gold for that. We also sold our thorium bars, 276 of them for about 2,000. Sold some solid stone pieces, 357 of those for almost 1,700. We also sold Blood of the Mountain. We actually had two Blood of the Mountain, so they gave us at least an extra 1,500 gold right there. So 3,009 gold for two of those. We also had iron bars, 194 of those. So I actually had less iron bars on this realm, 2,200. Also sold our dark iron bars, 20 of those for 2,500. And then we have we sold a couple of pets too, so this is where we're getting a little bit higher also. Baby Stonehide, sold 2 pets here for almost 1,700 for both of those. Orbit Deception actually sold for a little bit more over here, 15,000. So we also got that from when we were doing LBRS. We got one for both realms. Ended up selling a Deviant Hatchling as well over here. Wow, this one actually sold for a little bit less than it sold over on Proudmoore, not by much. So 4,200, almost 4,300. Sold. Actually, here's more Dark Iron bars, so we did have a little bit more. 49 of those sold for 55, almost 5,600. Dark Iron bars again, 51 of those for 6,000. And then that's about it. But yeah, not bad at all. All right, guys, so back to our sheet, and this time we do actually have volume as I go over it. Sorry again for that at the beginning. I don't know how I missed that. I think it was I was trying to mute the background noise if there was any, and I muted myself. I just hit the mute on the wrong one, so sorry about that. But anyway, as far as how we did this week, really good week, man. We made 597,560 gold with transmog alone, which is well above what we made last week. We also made 126,606 gold with our materials, which is about 20,000 more than we made last week. So everything's up, and that means that we made 724,166 gold, which is more than 200,000 over 200,000 more than we made last week, which is great. Still not a million gold. Really want to see us hit 1 million gold one of these weeks. Hopefully it will happen. That now brings us to 5,810,524 gold. So almost getting really close to being only 4 million away, 4,189,000 away from hitting our goal of 10 million. So coming in really, really fast. That now also means that we beat the first series by quite a bit, with 724,166 gold versus 253,000. Yeah, that's a big difference, and it's probably not going to be hard for us to really beat the next week. But I don't want to talk too soon, because man, if we lose to their 61,000 they made on their week 17, that's going to be quite rough going back that far. But yeah, doing really good. As far as our areas go, we've now made 5,131,000 with transmog alone. So over half of our goal with just transmog. We have now made 679,150 gold with our materials. So be very interested to see, especially with how big our materials have been recently. Doesn't mean they're not going to go back down. That could really happen, because again, we're not really focusing on materials, although we are doing strat right now, and that was like one of our biggest material gains last time with the righteous orbs, but they may have went down in value a little bit. I haven't really paid attention, but yeah, we may hit 1 million gold with our materials before we hit our 10 million. That would be something, because we didn't do it last time. It was like later on down the road. But anyway, with our realms, Proudmoore and Thrall, Thrall actually did make us more this week, making us 411,000 versus 313,000 with Proudmoore, but that's not going to close the gap by too much. It only closes it by about almost 100,000. So that still means that Proudmoore has so far made us 3,217,000, and Thrall has now made us 2,592,000. But overall, still really good. But that also goes to show that it really is good to have more than just one realm, because instead of sitting at almost 6 million now, we'd only be sitting at either 3.2 million or almost 2.6 million if we were only doing this with one realm. Although we wouldn't be farming up as much probably either, so that would taken a little bit of a change there as well with that. But anyway, guys, this week was awesome, man. Awesome. Really do hope that we can get that 1 million sometime. Hopefully, the stuff from Mana Tombs and Blood Furnace will help us out next week. I feel like, though, Mana Tombs was really rough the first time around. I don't think if you were watching stream, it was really the greatest this time around either. But hey, we did get some some items. And also Blood Furnace, man, was really reining in some of the stuff we really look for in there. So at least those items may be able to help us out. But yeah, you'll want to tune into the loot video in order to check that out and see what we got. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy this clean out, even though I messed it up at the beginning with the mute, I hope you guys will smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you enjoy it and also helps out the channel. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one, like that loot video I just talked about, or the next clean out. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me in this one. I hope to see you all in the next video, and I hope to see you sometime live on Twitch. Take care, guys.